guys and dolls. Just a wee video, not bringing out the serious video just yet. So Katie's gone up to the horse and I'm going to be babysitting. So I want to get the dogs out. I've got Bailey out with me. Say hello, Bailey. Just going to throw a ball for her. Come on, girl. And yeah, get Bailey out so she's nice and walked. My two have been out, took them to the snack van. And come on, girl. And this will get Bailey walked, exercised, and then she'll be able to relax after her dinner. And it's a happy home. And yeah, I'm gonna be babysitting Lucky on my own. This will be the second time. And just like the first time, it is a wee bit nerve-wracking, I'll be honest with you, you know. And I was talking to Katie about it, and I was like, oh, it's just this horrible, dreaded feeling that I'll do something wrong, and I'll say, oh, I've made a mistake, and have to say to you, you know what I mean? It's just, I don't know, it's weird, you know what I mean? Very strange. I don't think I've ever wanted to do anything so right in my life, you know what I mean? I've always been that kind of guy that I'll put my best into anything, but if I can't do it, I can't do it. You know, I will try again, but I've always been that kind of person that's never had the capability to keep trying, and normally lose a rag quite easy, you know. So 2 seconds, guys. But it never gets me down or anything like that. You know, we move on. You know what I mean? But this here, this is different. You know, having a baby, and it's a wee human life. It's a human life. You know what I mean? It's so many things that you don't think about when you don't have a baby. You know, when you go through life. Come on, girl. The waterfall's very quiet today, guys. I'll just let you see it. That there, that's for the salmon. I've never seen salmon in the fish, but apparently there's fish in the. I've seen a couple of wee fish about that size, but apparently that's for the salmon, for when they're going up to spawn, and they swim up this. And that's like that's a resting pool down there, and then they swim up it. But like I say, personally, it's wishful thinking, you know. Been here a long time now, good 15 years, and you know, like I say, I've never seen a fish any bigger than a tiddler, you know, about that size. But maybe they've stocked it or something. Who knows? Where's your ball? Oh, she's lost her ball. Mum, get your ball. You only had your ball 2 minutes. Oh, have you dropped it down here? I think she's dropped her ball down here. Oh, she has. Shall we go and get it? Let me get my glove on. Oh. Don't like use my hands, right? Come on. I'll take us down. Come on, go and get your ball. Whoa, that's slippy. That is slippy, guys. Billy, go and get it. Here, go on. Oh, Billy. Whoa, just done that. Billy, here. Come on, girl. Where'd it go? Oh, don't tell me it's rolled back down. Here, it's here. Billy, here. That's a good girl. Come on, let's go. Right, there we go. A happy dog. Right, make sure there's nobody about. Right, we're good. Yeah, so guys, gonna bring a video tonight about Syria. I just think it's interesting. I think people need to know, you know what I mean? Because and the media's not saying nothing, you know? And it's all there, guys, it's all there. I know quite a lot of you have awakened, and you don't need me to tell you stuff, you know what I mean? But sometimes we need each other to tell each other stuff just so we know we're not going mad, because it's that nuts, you know? Things have changed, guys, in Britain, man. Honestly, things have really changed, you know? Bailey, where's your ball? She hasn't had a ball in a while, she keeps forgetting. Come on! Yeah, she keeps forgetting. I try and get the dogs out and let the wildlife, entertain them, you know, squirrels and birds and stuff like that. Come on, bring it, girl. But she does like a ball, so every now and again I bring a wee ball out, it's like a wee comfort thing, you know. I even know she's a staffy, but she's been a bit mistreated, so she has in the past. So she's by another owner. Was teaching her how to fight, basically. And come on, girl. So I had to be careful, you know what I mean? There's no type of dog. You need to be experienced dog owner to own a dog like this, and you need to be confident, and you need to make sure she listens to you. Come here, girl. Come in here. Come in here. And you got to know the dog. You've got to really understand the dog, you know. So yeah, she was taught to. She's got a thing about branches, because she was taught to hang off branches with her jaw to strengthen up her jaw, you know. So I don't know what else. I only know what I know because I see how she behaves, so I know, you know. Come on, girl, keep going, let's go. But yeah, it is what it is. It's difficult. There's a squirrel. Oh, I'll keep the ball. You go and get the squirrels. So she'll never catch a squirrel, but she enjoys it. Come on, girl. Come on. This way. This way. Come on, this way. Here, come on. Let's see. Yeah, she enjoys it. It's a bit of not. It's trying to bring her back to being a dog, you know, and just to enjoy being a dog and just chasing wee animals, and takes her away from whatever they've taught her to do, you know. And but she's brilliant, you know. It's Katie's dog. Katie's done amazing with her. Katie's had to do a lot of work with her, one-to-one, and you know, had to take her into a special place where, like, it was basically a five-a-side court, but that was all gated off, and you know, just like a tennis court, gated off and start there. That's what you do with these dogs. Like, you got to keep them in a locked place because they've got to run. This is what I know. I'm jumping off track here, guys, but this is just a wee chin yag with my followers. You've got to dogs that can be dangerous have got to run. They've got to sprint. They've got to boom, boom, boom. The heart really needs the boom, 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 boom. If you don't do that with these type of dogs, you're going to have extreme problems. So many ways. There's no two ways about it. It's across every dog's the same, you know. Dogs are made like that. The whole point, like, of them eating is they've got to chase. It's an explosion, whoom, that they go. No matter what it is, whether it's big greyhounds, whether it's Rhodesian Ridgebacks, Rottweilers, Pugs. Every dog has animals that they prey on, you know, whether it be deer or mice, you know. All their prey run, and they have to be fast, you know, and that's part of their DNA, you know. Wild animals hunt their meals, you know. Some stalk, but most have to sprint and hunt, you know what I mean. And it is all part of being a dog, and you know, and whenever you domesticate a dog, they still have them traits, you know. So when you hear people going, oh, my dog's bouncing off the walls and it's doing this and it's doing that, most cases these people are just taking their dogs out on the lead, walking them around the block and bringing them back again, and they're probably just getting a wee run about a yard or a backyard or a wee small garden. And yeah, that's why the dog will be behaving, you know, and it is dangerous, very dangerous to have these kind of dogs around children, because not letting a dog sprint and get that explosion of energy and the heartbeat going mental, if that doesn't happen, it builds up tension. So it does. It builds up frustration, you know what I mean? And like, I'm not an expert in this. I've just had dogs all my life, you know what I mean? And dogs have been a big part of my life, you know what I mean? I've slept with dogs when I was a wee boy to keep myself warm, Alsatians, in the back of a Jeep, a Land Rover in East Belfast. Slept in that for ages, you know what I mean? That's in the winter, and you know, the dogs kept me warm. And I've always been confident around dogs, no matter how big and how dangerous, you know what I mean? I don't know. I do believe, you know, that it is all about your attitude and how you feel, you know what I mean? There's whatever you give off, you know, whether it's fear or not, I don't know whether they can smell fear, but I imagine it's more like a vibration that you give off. You know, if you're nervous, it'll be a jittery vibration. I think they can pick up them vibrations, but if you're relaxed, your vibration just comes out in circles, like smooth circles, you know? That's what I think. Um, but yeah, I've always had a really close relationship with dogs. I love dogs. I don't know where I'd have been without dogs, you know what I mean? And I'm not just, I have to admit that, you know what I mean? There's been times in my life when there's only been me and a dog. And, you know, I don't think I'd still be here if it wasn't for the dog, you know. And it's, you know, I know it sounds mental, like, but I'm being honest, you know what I mean? That's how much dogs mean to me. So, yeah, um, dogs need to be let off the lead. They need to run, they need to sprint, you know. Um, it's inbred in them, like, you know, running after a ball or a stick. It's just like hunting a rabbit or a mouse or a deer, you know. It's the same thing, you know. It's that burst of energy and then catching it, you know. What I normally do if I with my friends have got dogs like that, I normally take them somewhere. Make sure first of all you got to get the recoil. Make sure they come back to you, and that's pretty simple. Streaky bacon, grilled to death until it's crispy, and then just kept in the fridge in the wee bits. And just when you're out, you just call the dog back or have it on a long lead and call it back. When it comes back, you give it, but you use a to or a whatever a here boy or whatever a here girl. But you always use that one saying to that crispy bacon and you never change it. And then after probably about 4 weeks, you know, no matter where the dog is, when you make that noise, it comes to you. So once you get that out of the way, then you can take it into a field where there's nobody about, no other dogs. And what I would normally do is I would hold the dog and get my mate to walk almost out of eye distance, you know. And then they would call their dog and I would release the dog and the dog would just go straight to them. And once I get to know the dog, after that the dog would go boom straight back to me once I done the call. Believe it or not, just them 2 long sprints is enough to give probably an extra 10 years onto your dog. Not 10 years, an extra 5 years onto your dog. I'm not kidding you on, maybe 10 years for some people. Like my boy's 14, you know what I mean, coming 15, and he's still like a puppy, you know. All my dogs have always got the 12 and 13. You know, it's just sort of things, you know what I mean. My Lily, she died of kennel cough that was just spread all over the village once, a couple of 3 years ago. And my big Ridgeback died of I can't remember the name of it now. I was going to say gout, but it's not that. It's where the stomach turns inside out. This happens. There's nothing you can do about it. But as far as fitness and everything was, you know, they never slowed down. The only dog I got like that was Daisy, but she had problems with her back legs. Bailey! She's away after her deer, I bet you. Come on! Bailey! There, she's away down now. Come on! Easy! Easy, girl. Easy. Good girl. Go on, go see. Go on, go see. Good girl. Leave. Billy, leave. Billy, leave. See, this is what I mean with the sticks. Yeah, so she's got this thing about sticks. And she's getting obsessed with them, you know. But, yeah, dogs are amazing, you know what I mean. They give you what you put in, you know, 100%. The more you put in the dog, the more you get back. And A lot of people don't know how to raise dogs. They don't know how to bring dogs up. They don't know how to treat dogs. They don't even know how to feed dogs. You know, like the Alsatians and other big dogs. A lot of these dogs' back ends going. You can prevent it. You know, you can. A lot of people can prevent it by stretching the dogs. There's things you can do with their back legs through life, but you've got to put in the time. Like before you run them, you stretch them and all that, and massage them, get the muscles heated up, and then give their back legs a good stretch. Their back legs should come right behind their head, and it should come straight back out. Their front legs should come up to their bum and go straight out. You know, their nose should touch their bum, bend it round each side. Things like that keeps the dogs flexible, stops the muscles tightening up. Because basically what's happening, like, I believe it's like, because the muscles aren't being used the way they should be used as they would be in the wild, like hunting, the muscles like shrink and they don't get that, they're not able to stride as much as they could, so their back legs go down. And you know, maybe somebody that knows better, an expert in this thing, maybe would disagree with me, but you know, my experience with big dogs, any of my mates that in my life, they're big dogs, and I've seen them stretch them. Greyhounds in particular, they've always been all right. You know, they've always died of natural causes. Their legs, you know, as they get older, all big dogs struggle because they're carrying a lot of weight, but not the extreme back leg syndrome that Alsatians and other big dogs deal with. But wow, right off topic today, guys. You know, I don't have a topic there. You know, I try and cover whatever's in my head, whatever's going on in my head. I try and be honest, you know, try and just keep it simple and basic, you know, just whatever's going on in my head that day I talk about. And I think sometimes what's going on in my head is going on in quite a lot of people's heads, and I think that's why people watch, because I think in some cases they're only hearing what's going on in their head from me, you know, when they should be hearing it from mainstream media. You know, take for instance the tractor carry on yesterday. Like, hardly anybody. I've been asking people today, right? Asking all the workies, and all been coming in the van. I was like, what about the tractor carry on? And see nothing, you know. And this is what I'm going to say to you guys. I don't think you really realise. I'm being serious. Like, there's so many people aren't online. There's so many people that aren't online. There's so many people that don't know hardly anything that what's going on in England. Honestly, like, and none of them knew about the tractors. And I'm like, is it not in the news? And they're like, I haven't seen it. So we have hundreds of tractors blocking off the middle of London, and none of the media put it on the news. Now, I don't watch BBC News. I've never put my TV on, and I don't know how long. And the reason why I've touched on it is because growing up, TV used to be good. It used to be about working class guys getting on TV and maybe making a bit of money and making us all laugh. And we come across some characters. We had 3-2-1, the Dusty Bin. We had The Price is Right with Bullseye. Bruce Forsyth's Generation game. You know, quite a lot of things. And then we had all the Big Brothers and all that. Where, you know, we all know Jade Goody. Anybody that watched Big Brother back in the day, you know what I mean? And it was all working class people. And yes, some of it was unflavors. Some of it was hard to watch, you know. And yeah, but that's life, you know. It's a representation of the working class. But there was quite a lot of characters and superstars that come out of it all, you know. And she's away after something. Oh, it's a deer. It's a deer. It's a deer. It's away. It's away. It's a couple of times we've seen a deer here, guys. She's having a good look. She'll never catch a deer. She's too small. Her legs aren't long enough. So basically what I'm saying is, like, it is clear to me, like, so now we don't have any working class people on TV, you know, and it's all celebrities, you know. So it's like people that we've been watching all these years and made them quite a lot of money because we've been turning on to them. And a lot of people have got fan clubs and all that. People really love these people, you know what I mean? And now they're just they're doing the things that our working class people were doing. Basically taking the jobs, you know, they were, because, you know, these guys were getting paid. They go on these shows, and it's all celebrities now, and it just pisses me off, you know what I mean? It's like, you know, I don't think it's right that it's just celebrity this, celebrity that, celebrity this, celebrity that. It's just rich people making more money, and we just don't have anything anymore that used to be. And that's why I don't watch TV. And also the BS from the Sky News and Channel 4 and all that. Channel 4 is an absolute joke of a channel. Just far left propaganda. And so I don't watch it, and so I don't know. But I'm hearing from everybody that there wasn't hardly, if any, publicity from the farmers' protest in London. Once again, it was down to citizen journalists, like Paz, you know what I mean? That was there. And yeah, and I think it's really important, you know what I mean? It's like, I think we should, we should be covering everything, you know what I mean? There should be no division at all, things like the farmers, both sides should be going out and representing that, there's no politics in that really, At the end of the day, the farmers are important to us, and I don't care how much money they're making, how much their land is, I don't care how rich they are, they're bringing a service to us, you know what I mean? And we need our farmers, we really do need our own farmers, because I trust our farmers, we've got good laws and regulations. Once we lose our farms to other people from different parts of the world that don't live in Britain, they're going to put anything into the ground. They're going to make crops grow with anything. They're going to put whatever. Leave, Billy, leave, Billy, leave. They're going to put whatever they want into cow feed and stuff like that. She's away. So, yeah, it's very strange that our media is now playing to the government's tune, and things have changed in Britain. People, it really has. It's like things have went from us being involved in the politics of our country and having a say, and our media being honest and open and telling us the things that the government didn't want us to hear. And obviously it's probably been going on a lot longer than I realise now, and we've probably just been getting told exactly what the government wants us to be told, and they've probably been doing it very cleverly, but the clever bit seems to have lost. I don't know whether it's the clever bit seems to have lost, or whether we're more intelligent, like with the knowledge that we're able to get. I always say knowledge is power, you know what I mean? Once you're able to get the knowledge of something, then it makes you powerful in that subject, and that's probably the root problem of it all. They don't want us having that knowledge because they don't want us being powerful. And the underlying current right now that everybody needs to take from this video is one thing and one thing only. There's a lot of things going on in this country, and the government don't want everybody to know, right? That's fine. They're going out of their way and working really, really hard, and making sure that the news broadcasters only broadcast what they want. And I always say it's not what they say, it's what they're not saying that we need to pay attention to. And that there is quite scary when everybody around you hasn't got a clue what's happening in the country, and totally throw everything into the broadcasting. A broadcast is coming on their TV, and they don't look any further, and they just carry on with their lives. That's worrying for any population, because when the government have got a population like that, got their heads down, trying to feed themselves, trying to put gas, electricity into their house, struggling, really, really struggling with everything right now. And the government are just feeding them what the government want them to hear through the MSMs on TV and online and newspapers. That's really dangerous. That is really, really dangerous. That leaves so many doors open for the government, to do a lot with. And I've got to say, we were all busy talking about that Greg guy from Bake Off or whatever. I wasn't personally, but I've seen quite a lot of YouTubers were doing videos about it. And this was when all this was happening in Syria. And once again, I honestly believe that, there's a big game going on in the media, and there's big think tanks, and they're well organised, and they're all sitting around the same table with the government, and Lakes of Hope Not Hate and all that. It's a very select committee of people who are deciding what the British people can or cannot hear. And that's the most scariest thing that everything that's going on. Because if you don't know what the bad things are going on in your country, you're never going to know how much danger you're truly in. And when you don't know how much danger you're in, that's when you're really, really vulnerable. And, you know, there's another video I'm going to bring. You know, I need to be careful because it is things that the government definitely don't want you to hear, you know. And I don't know what else to say. You know, it's like, these are big truths, big facts. And they aren't nice to hear. They really are not nice to hear. And, you know, I need to think about it, how I'm going to bring it to you, you know. And it's a tricky one, you know what I mean? It really is tricky because, you know, I'm just a guy. And I know it's a cliche, just walking in the forest, or I'm just a bank robber, or whatever, you know what I mean? But I do try to explain it to you because it's really difficult for me. Because, like I say, I don't put myself on a pedestal, you know what I mean? I put myself quite down. So I have most of my life because of the way I've been brought up, being an orphan, being a criminal, you know, being punished all the time, always getting put in prison, always being punished in prison. So I never thought I was ever a good person or just anybody of worth anything, you know what I mean? So it's difficult for me doing these videos sometimes because the things that I'm seeing are so, it's like, it's just, I'm looking at it and I can see things and I'm like, oh my God, this is really serious, this is really bad. And I'm like, I'm really struggling, I'm like really researching, I'm trying to find holes in what I'm seeing, I'm trying to disprove what I'm seeing. I really am trying my hardest to disprove everything. And all I seem to be doing is proving it even more. And I'm starting to understand now why the government are keeping it all quiet, and that's terrifying. It really is terrifying, guys. It's terrifying if you're a parent. It's terrifying if you're a grandparent, you know. And I know yous are all awakened, and I know yous all know what I'm talking about. And some of yous won't know how serious it actually is, and how. We'll see what yous are all thinking right now. What yous are all thinking as the last few years. The mad thoughts you have. And you think, how bad can things really get? And you come up with certain scenarios in your head. Well, these are all pretty bang on. If not, it would be a lot worse, you know. And it's just one of them things, you know what I mean? There's nothing I can say or do about it, you know. The Labour government aren't a strong government, you know. They're very weak. We're hearing quite a lot of people from the Islamic world, you know, and other immigrants that are quite happy and being quite happy that Labour are in. And, you know, I'm talking on street level. I'm talking about people on the street are quite happy about everything that Labour's in, and really, really happy. And obviously we know that, but what you got to understand as well, guys, this is people on the street. There's people that go up and up and up that are also very happy. And yeah, we've got a very weak government, you know. And yeah, I'm really, really worried, you know what I mean? Really worried. It's like, it's a total fucking, sorry for swearing. I know I do, so I can't help swearing. Oh, I can't. I should stop swearing. But it's a complete not a shitstorm. So it is. In so many ways, and so many different things coming all from different directions, and we're just going to be overwhelmed completely. Our government's going to be overwhelmed, you know. Everybody's talking about Trump and all the rest of it, and Elon Musk and all that, like, but you know, I don't know. I just don't think it's going to happen the way people think it's going to happen, you know. I think people think Trump's going to come and save the day, you know, come and invade Britain with an army of Americans, you know what I mean? And yeah, that's never going to happen, guys. You know, the only thing that we can hope for is a re-election. You know what I mean? And that's what the only thing the Americans can do to help us. But the way Stormer's going right now, I can honestly see America turning their back. You know what I mean? And that's really sad. But they'll probably do what Russia's done. They'll probably turn around and tell them British people that anybody that wants to come and stay in America, you're welcome to come and stay. You know, we'll give you a temporary visa, and that's what the Russians did. You know, and I think that's probably on the cards. You know what I mean? For quite a lot of reasons. You know what I mean? And that's because I've been looking into it so hard, so deep, and so many different rabbit holes you can go down, guys. Quite remarkable, you know what I mean? And if anybody wants to do this kind of research, this is my advice to you. If you ever want to research the stuff that I talk about, my advice would be to start with Muslims. There's some really, really bright and educated Muslims out there, like scholars, and like I keep saying, not all Muslims are bad, but we know that. I shouldn't have to say it all the time. You all know where I stand. You all know I've got Muslim friends and all the rest of it. That's where I would start. I would start with Muslims because there is some amazing guys out there. So there is, and then sort of, I would start looking at other countries like Germany and France, and like I would also look at the Gulf Wars like Iraq and Libya, and like you'll see quite a lot of comparisons. You know, it's almost like it's all been put down, like it's like a charter thing, like an instruction. Billy, this way, instructions, and it's all been done the same thing. It's quite mental. It is quite nuts. Like, come on. I don't know. Maybe next year, if people start changing and talking about stuff. What do you think, guys? Do you ever think any of our politicians will turn around and start talking about the stuff that really matters, the stuff that's really going on in Europe, the stuff that's really going on in Britain? You know, do you think any of our politicians are going to find out exactly what the numbers are instead of these fake numbers that the government are giving us? Because I don't know about you, but I'm seeing loads of lorries full of people, and I know that every time you see one getting caught, there's probably 20 getting through, and that's been going on for the last 5 years. Here, Billy, come on, this way. Like, I've done videos about it, you know. There was a time when everybody and their uncle was getting involved in it, you know. People used to bring fags back, now they're bringing bodies back, you know. Billy, come here. And yeah, it's quite bad, you know what I mean? I've got no doubt about it that there is big gangsters in Europe filling lorry loads up. Come here, Billy, and bring them straight through the docks or in containers. I don't know how many videos I've seen where they're in containers. They're banging on the sides of containers, you know. And yeah, there's quite a lot of bad stuff going on right now as far as people smuggling is concerned. There's two types. There's the economic immigrants and there's the sex trade. So there is. And then obviously we've got terrorism. You know what I mean? So yeah, that covers the both of them. You know what I mean? And it's been really bad for a really long time, and you know all the government do is give us figures, and the figures are really alarming. And I keep saying you've got to put 20% straight away on anything, but it could be up to 40%, 50%. We don't know. This is what I'm saying. There's so many different ways that they're coming into the country, and they've been doing it for years and years and years because nobody's going and stopping anybody. They're everywhere. Like they're. You see them all the TV presenters talking about the Turkish barber shops. Oh, at least there's like 15 in one town somewhere. I think we've got 3 in a little village. But you know, they're just barber shops as far as I'm concerned. I don't know any difference, so I'm not going to sit here and say they're this, that, and the other. But our news presenters seem to have no problem telling everybody that it's organised crime, and they're washing money from people smuggling, and accusing the Kurds and accusing Albanians and accusing all sorts of different people. They've even accused Pakistani people and Afghanistani people, come here, for opening up Turkish barber shops. So, yeah, there's quite a lot of talk, you know what I mean? And a lot of smoke, I should say. There's no fire. And basically, like, we can all see that. The car washes and everything else. And that's not all the other industries that are taking on cheap labour. We're not talking about the Ubers. How many people have chippies and Chineses and pizza shops? Who's delivering? Who's all the deliveries? It's right there in front of you, you know. And but nobody's going, hey you, what are you doing here? Nobody's asking for documents. Nobody's working, you know. This is only like, and you got to understand as well, guys. I know this is a long video, but I'm just for my followers, just get a wee chat, right? And beautiful day today. Don't need my microphone on now, which is good. But yeah, it's beautiful, isn't it, guys? Lovely and peaceful. This is priceless, you know what I mean, guys? It is priceless, you know. We're so lucky, so we are, you know. But yeah. At the end of the day, the bottom line is there's a lot more people in the country than the government are letting on, and they know that, you know. This is the sad thing. They should be saying, listen, this is the official figure that we have, but, you know, there's a good chance there's twice that amount, you know. Yeah. So, there's a lot you can do your own research on, guys, and, yeah, it's concerning. It is concerning, you know what I mean, because we're going about, I want to help people. My whole thing in life is I get so much out of helping people, you know. You know, like I say, I would give a room to an immigrant, you know what I mean, that's running away from a war torn, or who's lost his family, or it's an orphan, or anything like that, that's had any heartache. Nobody in this country ever would behave differently just because they're from somewhere else, or the colour of their skin. You know what I mean? We are not that kind of nation, you know. But the problem is those people aren't getting in because they're too weak, they're too scared, they've been through too much, they're traumatised, they can't move. They're sitting in refugee camps all over the place. But the young ones, the fit ones, the ones that got hidden agendas are making it over no problem. And that's my problem. And the government don't seem to care, you know. And it's our future generations that are going to suffer, you know. And I'm not going to be here to help my wee girl, man, or anybody else, you know what I mean? And she's, fuck me, man. And it's so blatantly bad. And nobody seems to really give, you know what I mean? We're blindly following people that aren't addressing it. They're just telling us, we're fucked, basically. You know, all right, okay. We just got to go along, and if we don't, we're in trouble. Right. Right, thanks for letting us know that. Is that it then? You know what I mean? We'll just start packing now, like, you know. But yeah, we'll all blindly follow that agenda, eh? Absolutely crazy, guys. Absolutely crazy. But I'm not going to go on about it because you know how I feel. And everybody takes everything personal these days, and it's just fucking nonsense, man. Honestly, absolute nonsense, you know. But yeah. But there is people. People are right. There is quite a lot of big egos. 110%. You know what I mean? So it's nuts. Like it's nuts. But I'm here for my lucky. Nothing's going to put me off that. Not interested in bickering and all that politics, inside politics and all that bullshit that's going on. I'm not interested in the only thing anybody comes to my door, my house, me, my daughter, my thingy, I'll deal with that, you know what I mean? Anything, words and all nonsense that doesn't just go straight in through one ear and out the other. I'll respond to everything. But here, Billy, come here. Did she get away? So you know you got a squirrel. Come here. Come on. Right, we're gonna go. So we are. Come and say cheerio. Come here. Come here. What did you do with your ball? What did you do with your ball? You're excited. Oh, I know I love you too. I know I love you too. She's a good girl. She's a good girl. Misreputation. And like I say, people don't know how to look after some of these dogs, you know. Some of these dogs aren't for everybody, you know. XL bullies and all that. If you treat them right, they're brilliant. you treat them wrong once, it can be a problem. And this is a problem. People are getting dogs that have been mistreated and they don't realise or know what's going on in that dog's life. And then they bring it into their house because the dog's all nice and sitting and all that, wagging its tail and oh, how cute it is. And then something gives it a fright. There's a baby in the pram, and you know the rest, guys. So yeah, some of these dogs are very dangerous. They're very, very dangerous, and I don't think people really understand that still to this day. You know what I mean? But yeah, I'm Freedom Dad. If you like my stuff, give us a wee like, and if you agree with my stuff, give me a subscribe, and you'll catch other stuff. And as always, all my love, and God bless every single one of you.